Hi, everybody. June here from Red Daisy Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm so glad to be here today. We've been away for the last week and just trying to get settled back into the routine of doing these things. Getting ready for the new work week and all that kind of stuff. So let me just check my channel to make sure that everything is working correctly. Looks like it is. And then I'm going to get my phone out of the way and we'll get settled. So, how's everybody doing? I hope y'all have had a good week. I feel like the weather has finally made some changes here. Of course, we did go to Denver to visit my friend that has had some health issues and is just not doing well. And I wanted to see her. And so we spent some time there. It was really a great visit. And I'm just getting back into the groove of things here. So we are going to be playing with the paper pumpkin. I just had a couple of things to let you know. I'm all dry and got a little bit of allergy stuff going on. So pardon my maybe sniffles. So I have some fun things. Today we're going to be playing with the new add-on kit that was available in the retail store, and I'm going to show that to you here. That kit is the Warm Wishes cards and envelopes, and I have a link in the description for you if you are not familiar with this. You do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. Hi, Wanda. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining. And the number on that is 163985. But I have to tell you, these are way more beautiful than I really imagined. And I'm so glad that I got some of these to work with. So the neat thing about these, I think, is that they're 5x7. And look at this. It's on both sides of this, whereas that's not the case in the paper pumpkin. And so you can you could cut these and make a ton of cards because you get 20 in here, 20 cards and envelopes. And the envelopes are really pretty. I don't know if you can see the stripe on it. It's kind of like cherry cobbler with the real red. And then maybe, it's muted, but it looks a little bit like Flirty Flamingo here. Just really beautiful pieces. And so we're going to play with this today and the kit. And I'm really excited about that. So then also don't forget we have the November kit that the registration period will end on November 10th. So be sure to make sure you register for that. And again, the link is in the description below. And then I also wanted to just share, I've already kind of posted this in my group, but just in case you didn't see it or you have any questions, here's a good time. I can answer some questions if you have them. But this is the add-on kit that I've been putting together. I was doing this with Christy. She's kind of taken a little break, but I wanted to continue doing it. And I love that October and November are coordinating kits. And so basically I've kind of put something together that would be it would coordinate with both of the months. So, the November kit that coordinates with the one we're going to be playing with tonight, it is basically going to be very similar in style. As a matter of fact, I have not that one, but here's the Warm Wishes. So this is the November kit. So as you can see, it's very similar. They do say it's a 3D project kit. So it's going to make 8 boxes, treat boxes. And so for those of you that don't like that, this is a perfect add-on because it's going to give you all the coordinating pieces. to create cards with that kit. You're going to get a ton of cardstock in here, and I've kind of outlined it in my options, but there's a link in the description below that includes all the details for the two options that are available. So I have one option where you basically get a half sheet of Mossy Meadow, Blueberry Bushel, Rail Red, Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Balmy Blue, and Old Navy. Plus, you're going to get 2 half sheets of the thick basic white, plus some other things. But basically, the difference between the first kit and the second kit is you're going to get extra, like a double order of all the cardstock, and you're, instead of an 1/8 pack of the Berry Christmas DSP, you're going to get a 1/4 of a pack. So really great deal for you to get this kind of a share in a sense. You're going to get 3 different ribbons and some embellishments. And so just a really awesome kit, extra envelopes. All the stuff is in those details. So be sure and check that out. And I'm really excited for those who have already signed up, and I'm just thankful to be here to share all of this with you and make some of these alternate projects. So today, because we just got home last night, we ended up driving home instead of flying back because the weather in Denver got really chilly and a little bit icy potential. And so, believe it or not, we actually our plane did take off, but it was delayed, so we actually got home before we would have if we had stayed and flown. So so that's all good. And so today, again, we're going to be playing around with Home for the Holidays, the October paper pumpkin. I always like to do a quick little show. So these are the 2 cards that the kit is made for. And there's all kinds of dimension in these cards. They're just really precious cards, and you know, blank on the inside. They're just really nice. And then last week for the alternate, we made a really cute tag. And so there's that. I should put us down to the table so that you can see that better and get me out of the picture. There we go. So here's that tag, just if you want to see that a little closer. And then on the back, we did this. And so we used the snowflake tag punch, or topper, snowflake topper tag punch, maybe, is that what it's called? And so that's what we kind of played around with last week. And then this week I have 2 additional cards we're going to play with. And so like I said, we're going to use the 5x7. And so here's the first one that I'm going to show you. Very simple. These 2 are going to be super simple cards. And so I have the 5x7 card base here. And the other pieces that I have are a piece of vellum and a piece of basic white and a piece of Night of Navy. And then I have a little bit of ribbon that we used on here. So we are going to do this really simple, no coloring. I want you to see that you can use these stamps. You don't have to color them if that's not your thing. And so I'm just gonna burnish these edges. Now, I don't know if you could see it earlier, but these cards, I don't remember anything talking about how these cards would have all the shimmer on them. They have a lot of shimmer on them. They are gorgeous. And it's all the way to the back. Like, it's on the whole piece all the way. So just such a really beautiful card base to be working with. And then what I have done is I have a piece of vellum. I'm gonna have glitter everywhere. This piece of vellum is 3 3/4 inches, and this is 4 3/4 inches. That's how big the vellum piece is. And then I have a Night of Navy piece, and that is 3 1/4 and by 4 1/4. So that just kind of lays right on there. And then I have a piece of basic white, which is 2 1/2 by 4 inches. And so that, oh wait, no, that has to be cut. That has to be cut. That's not the right size. So let's see if I have, because I'm just making this, that's too small. I'll just use this cart. Just use this from the backing of this. Okay, so I had 2, what did I say? 3 1/2, no, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so I want this to be 3 by 4. All right. And I'm just using a piece of card base that I had left, which you will see from the second card we're going to make. I'm going to be cutting some of the card base from the kit to create the next card. So that just came in handy. So now we just have that. The Night of Navy just kind of frames that, and then this goes right on top of there like that. Okay. And so we're going to do some stamping. I want to get a piece of scrap paper I have right here just to be able to go off the edge of it. And the way I started this was I started by stamping the little snow kind of dots, that the little dotted image that is in the kit. It has a little bit of texture look to it, so I'm using it for a little ground cover. Okay, and so I used Balmy Blue. I'm using quite a few colors in this project, and so what I have is Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Blueberry Bushel, and Real Red are the colors I'm using. And so I'm going to start with that Balmy Blue. And let me get our little stamp out here. So I have the little dots, and I'm just kind of going up here, leaving room at the bottom for my sentiment, and just putting a little ground cover down. Okay. And plenty of room there. So, and that's all we need with the Balmy Blue. So put that aside. And then the next thing I did was I put the house on, and I used Night of Navy for the house. I just wanted like a dark blind image of the house on here. And so I just going to ink up the stamp, and I'm going to try not to get too much over here, but I didn't do very good getting it straight last time. I don't know if you can tell, but it wasn't very straight. I think that's much better than last time. Although, you know, who knows? Can you tell? It's a little crooked? The house is a little slanted. All right, from here, what I did was I put on the trees. And so I just decided that the big tree was going to be Mossy Meadow and the small tree is going to be Old Olive. And that just made it easy. So I am putting a big tree right kind of in the center of this space here. And then I'm putting one over here also in the center of that space. Okay. And that's the Mossy Meadow. And then we are going to use Old Olive, and I'm using the smaller tree Oh, you're excited for your order to arrive? Is it coming soon? I hope so. Then I'm just putting the old olive trees, the little ones, I'm just kind of overlapping them with the bigger tree, just making it a little bit off from where it starts at the bottom, so it's a little more noticeable, and that way you can just see that they're there, covering each other up a little bit. Why is that? There we go. I am just having difficulty with that. Now it's better. Okay, and so there we have that one. The next thing is the snowflakes, and for that I used blueberry bushel. And I'm in love with blueberry bushel, by the way. So I am just turning my stamp each time that I put it down, and so there we have that, just putting a few of those on. And then the last thing is the sentiment, okay? And that I put in real red. So let's just put that on. And it's going to go right at the bottom this time. Right at the bottom. Let's just make sure I have it centered. Good, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Scheduled for, oh, it's just a couple of days. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so now we have our sentiment on there, and if I can get this picked up, I want to show it to you because I want you to see that it's right there below the little ground cover I did. Now, that's a little low, and I decided to do something a little bit different this time, that instead of putting a bow at the top, that maybe I would put the ribbon right around this, like that. So I'm curious whether or not you have an opinion. If you like the bow, do you like the bow at the top, or would you rather have the ribbon going across here? And I guess we could do both. That would not be a problem. So I'll give you a second to see what you think about that, because I think I would put it around. No, I'm not going to do that. We are going to put our vellum on, and all I've done on the last one is I just put a little bit of glue on the back of it where this piece will cover it up. Above the sentiment, you like that? Okay, me too. That's what I like. All right, so that's going to go there. So I just need a little piece of that. And let me get my glue dots so we can wrap it around. So let's just get this here. There is a right side to this ribbon. The other side is not as sparkly as this front side. So when you have this ribbon, you want to make sure that you are taking that into account. All right, so there you have that. Now let me just get another glue dot here. And this ribbon's super sheer, so you can feel the glue dot. All right, let's just make sure we got that straight. Here we go. Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to look really nice on there. Yep. Very pretty. Let's just make sure. I think this needs to be raised up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. It's just a little bit drooping. Yeah, that's better. Okay, So we're going to glue this down onto the blue, the Night of Navy, and like to put a little on the ribbon, so it's just a little extra tack for it to be tacked down. All right, and so we're just putting that on. I'm getting glitter everywhere. That ribbon does shed glitter, but not too much. I think it's really pretty. So there you have that. Nice. And I like how simple it is. You know, yes, I enjoyed coloring the one from last week when we colored. Like I like that too, but I think it's kind of nice. Hey Tina, how are you? Great to have you here. I like having the option though to see it, you know, very simple. Simple. Why is this not wanting to? There we go. There. Keeps changing on me. Need to look into that. I like having the simple option of it because not everybody likes to color, you know, not everybody likes it. All right, so then we're going to put our vellum on. Now, earlier I put it lower, and I did that because of the moon, and I'm not sure about it. So maybe I can just get it up a little bit higher here. And I think I ended up putting the bow on there because I didn't want to have it, you know, it felt like it was low on the page. And so I don't know if there's a way for me to just go up a little higher. I guess that would be okay because the moon is not entirely covered. If I scoot it down a bit. Oh yeah, I think I like that better. It's more centered. So just having that, this vellum is just slightly covering. So I'm just doing it like this. I don't want my vellum to be entirely covering the, you know, covered in glue. I like it to be a little bit, I guess, more movable, flexible. I just think it gives a lot of benefit if it's not like tied down to it too much, because you can really see through it. And this is going to be covered here like this. Okay. And so then we will put our images down with some dimensionals, which I have here. And then you all have to tell me if you think I still should add a ribbon. I think that the ribbon might really cover up the moon if I add it. But I love to get y'all's opinion as we go here because I just think that's fun. So let's see here. I think that's even. All right. So now, oh yeah, I like this better. Just being a little higher. And you can still see the moon. You can still see that moon. And the vellum just gives a little extra hint to the background. And I really like it. Thanks, Tina. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I don't know that I think it needs a ribbon. So other than what's here, I think it's nice. So you can see the difference here. But I like this one. My preference is the one on the left. And where it's a little bit more raised up, as you can see, they're definitely at different levels because you can see the moon up here. So really curious if you guys have any thoughts on that. Perhaps a small piece of knotted ribbon at the top or the bottom. Would you put it at the top or the bottom? While I clean up my little dimensional covers. Let's see. Let us see. I might even. I'm always thinking about what I put on my cards because I don't like it when they show up you know, the person I'm sending it to, and it's all like ripped up because of the mail. I don't like that very much. So I suppose we could put it right here, or even off to the side right there. That wouldn't be too bad. Maybe a faux knot, a faux bow knot on the end of the ribbon. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. That's a good idea. A strip of ribbon, a bit to the left, a bit to the left. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I am curious what that would look like. So, you know, a faux bow is just one that goes like this. Just think it's too, I feel like the ribbon is too big for it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Other side, either side. I see that. Yeah, I like the faux bow idea actually better than anything so far, but this is much less subtle, and maybe just like that. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like it. All right, we're gonna move on. And I'm gonna think about it. I'm going to think about it while we make the other card, because that one's going to take a little bit longer. So it's going to be fun. And then thanks for laughing with me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now here is the second card that we're going to make. And I just love it because it's the 5x7 card base. Okay. If I can get it to focus for you guys. And we're cutting out some of the elements from the kit to make this card. And I really love this. I think it came out great. And so this is what we are going to use. So we have, this is the card base. So we're going to cut this out, and I'm just cutting right down this center piece like this, and I've just made a few little jagged edges right there. I don't have to be too critical because it's gonna literally it's gonna blend into the card base, and so I don't even have to like go right on the edge of anything. I love that this is not like a hard fussy cut where you have to be so critical about everything. And so this is our first piece that we're going to do. I think I'm being more critical around the side of the tree here. And I think the nice thing too is like, it's okay that it has a little bit of this darker blue on the edge, because it's going to just blend right in. It's really just so nice how it works. And then I don't have to really get too concerned about, cutting short these little chimneys either, because I can just kind of, go around them basically. And so just keeping this super simple. And I like the bigger card base, I think is my thing. And so I love that we have the option to do this. So And I mean, it's not like you can't make bigger card bases. It's just you kind of waste a lot of cardstock when you do that. So, and then I'm just gonna do a little more jaggy edges on this one. Okay, so that's the card base. We're just taking that, and I've kept this in case I want to use any of this for other pieces. Okay, so that's actually the piece that goes right there. And then this is one of the other elements that's in the card kit. And so I am again just kind of cutting this off of here. And I just, these houses are just so precious. And so in theory, this is sort of like going to be just a larger version of one of the cards in the kit. But, and then we're going to add a couple of, some ribbon and that's really it. I think that we're adding to it. So the card base that we got from the add-on kit, and then we're adding some red ribbon to it that I think, really makes this card shine. So just gonna, this is a straight edge over here, so I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a rougher jaggedy edge. So it does look like a Christmas village. I agree. And so that is that piece. So I realized I did not get one of the card bases out that I needed. So here we go. And let's just burnish this edge here. All good. And then we have our village that we're going to place on. And so what I love is that we have this opening here. And so I also took one of the die cuts from it. And so that's going to end up going up right here. Okay. So I decided here because I love that this top that we are, oh, you're back. Did it freeze for you guys? Seemed like it froze. I guess I should check real quick and make sure we're on. Let's see here. Okay, it looks like we're okay. It did freeze for a second. Okay. All right, but it looks like we're back and everything's fine. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was about. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so what I was saying is that I love that there's this opening here and it's a little bit pushed over because when I start with this one down, then I have all this space here before getting up to the sky. And so it looked a little bit dwarfed against these larger trees, right? But once I put this one here, it just really felt like then it meshed into it because I can stick this little tree in here. And now we have like our big Christmas tree in the back, which I just love. And so then I just kind of toggled this over to the side. And I mean, literally you can make this as low as you want, just depending upon, how much you want to go down before you start to see the background of it. So like I went down into these windows on the one that I made, like it's really down to the edge of that so that I got all the depth that I could get out of it. And so that's how I did that. All right. And then we have our little ribbon. It really is just a little piece that I put together like that, literally. And then we're gonna get some that little glimmer sheet from the kit, and then that will go there, and then we'll stamp a sentiment, which I think I have that out. Let me just see. Here it is. Thought I had pulled that out already. Oops. That's what happens when you mess around. Mess around. Okay, so that's going to be our sentiment. All right. So, and I like to put Merry Christmas on my cards. So I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas, but you have Happy Holidays in the, in the kit as well. That would work really well in this label, this sentiment label as well. And so, since I'm going to be using some of these to send out to my family and friends, I am going to use Merry Christmas. So there you have it. All right, so I'm so glad y'all like it. This was really fun and easy. Like I said, you know, we just got home and, you know, it's been a little hectic. And it was kind of a, you know, surprise travel, all that kind of stuff. So just working through all of that. All right, so we are going to put this one down with dimensionals. Okay. And so I'm not putting a lot of dimensionals. I don't think you need a lot. And so just in the critical places. And so we're going to put this one down, and I'm just making sure that we have it straight and deciding where I want it to go, at what level. I think this is good. Okay. And then this one will go right here. And I mean, I can move this around. I don't have to put it all the way over. You could really put it wherever you want. I kind of like being able to see those windows right there. Okay, and so that means that this part down here, if I want them both to be popped up, if I want them both to be raised up with the dimensionals, I'm just putting one dimensional down here, okay? And then I'm going to put one up here. But this part down here needs double dimensionals, okay? And so, because this one's already raised up and that one's going to be on top of it. But this part down here, otherwise it'll look a little lopsided whenever we put this down. So I am putting on double dimensionals, okay? And you could just put glue here and put it down. I just didn't want to do that for this card. I just think it has so much, I like it. I like it to have the dimension. And so that's going to be fun. All right. All right. So now we are just coming in with this, and I'm just making sure I got it where I want it and seeing how low I can go with it. And so then I'm just pressing down the top ones and then that. All right. And I'll show you what I mean by this. All right. So as you can see here, this is sitting on top of here with a dimensional, and that's why, so you had a dimensional below here, all right, and then one up here, so that's why these had to have two. Okay. All right. And so this is, you know, one of the ways that you could use this card base. And then, like I said, I put this tree in here just because it was like, you know, perfect for Christmas, like a North Star tree kind of thing. And so that I am just gluing on with some of my multi-purpose liquid glue. All right. And that is going to go right in here. And I love that it kind of comes up as tall as the other trees. And it just makes all of this like flow better, I think. Okay. And then we have our ribbon we're going to put together here. So I'm just going to get a glue dot for that to put this together. If I get this in the right order. And it's going to serve both of these. I'm going to put one more glue dot on here to just tack it down. All right, and so I'm just kind of putting it off on an angle here, like that. And then this is going to go right here, like that. And I'm going to use some glue to put this down. And that I'm also putting a little bit at an angle because I think it's kind of fun that it's kind of quirky. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like the alternates, Tina. Thanks so much. I love getting on here and doing the alternates with everybody on Sunday afternoon. So I'm here each week, and except when I have to be out of town, and then I change it up. Like last week, I was here on Saturday. All right, so now this is going to go also a little bit lopsided as well. And there you have it. All right, so one thing I did do on here, if I can get these to focus, is I added some of the glitter glue onto these rooftops, and I put it on the star. So I'll show you how I did that. I am not using a lot of this glitter glue. I don't think you need to squeeze out a lot, so I'm being very stingy with it, you would say. And so then I just am, barely getting any out. It's spotted. It's really spotted, and it just doesn't need to be heavy, I don't think. And so we're just adding that here. And so there we have that. And I mean, I have hardly used any of this. And so that will need to dry, right? On the other card, I did also put glitter glue in this roof here, as you can see a little bit there. So we can also add that to the one that we made here. And that will go right here. What I did notice is that when I got the glitter glue into the ink, it did make it run a little bit, if you can see there. Now, it's not terrible or anything like that, but I don't want that to happen on my card. And so, all right, so let's see. Did I make a decision? Where am I putting this bow, this faux bow? Let's see. I just don't know. I think I like it just how it is. I think it's fine. Very simple. I like that. And I guess, really that was my whole intention here, was just to show how quick and easy this could be. You could have stamped all of these things in one color and it would still be just as beautiful, because it just can be that simple, right? And then over here you have all these things that we've added and put dimensionals on and things like that. They're both gorgeous. And it's funny, they are the same card base, but look how different they are, by adding all these different things. So this was a lot of fun. I am back home. I will come up with some additional alternates for next Sunday. And I look forward to sharing those with you and getting to play with this kit. I actually thought I might get to play with it while I was away, but didn't. Um, Thank you. And so this was just a really fun. So thanks so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to get signed up for the November Paper Pumpkin if you don't have it already. And you all have an awesome week. Same to you, Tina. Bye, everybody.